Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's DLloyd. So it is official. It has finally happened. Frank Vogel has been let go by the Phoenix Suns, and they will be looking for their third head coach in 3 seasons. It has not been that great for the Phoenix Suns since going to the NBA Finals. Things have kind of been going backwards for Phoenix, and now we have seen Phoenix get swept in the first round. Things haven't been looking that great. But what I really want to talk about today is who is the correct coach for Phoenix, and are they making a mistake? Are they looking for a scapegoat by firing Frank Vogel? Was he the problem in Phoenix? I don't think he was. So I was one of the people that did think that the Lakers should fire Darvin Ham, and a lot of the reasoning was, of course, yes, he lost the locker room, but really, when you looked at the strategy, the adjustments or the lack thereof adjustments, and when you look at a lot of the rotations that was thrown out there, I was just not a big fan of what he was doing. I don't really think this is the same case for Frank Vogel. When it comes to X's and O's and adjustments, I think Frank Vogel does an okay job at that. When it comes to the defensive side, I actually think Frank Vogel does a really good job at that. Typically, his teams are some of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Now, you look at this Phoenix Suns team, they were not. They were about middle of the pack. But when you look at this roster, they are definitely overperforming expectations. So I don't think he did that bad of a job to really warrant being fired. I think the major concern with this Suns team is the roster construction. It is very limited. Now, when they went and got Bradley Beal, they had Kevin Durant, we knew they were going to be top heavy, right? You knew those three guys could be good for you. But outside of that, what else did you really have? I mean, we've seen Drew Eubanks getting minutes in the playoffs. Like, no disrespect, but they were very slim when it comes to their depth. And I think that definitely showed even during the season, as when players were down, it didn't really look that great, right? And then in the playoffs, when you do at some point need other guys to fill in the rest of that roster, they were not really able to do so successfully and in a way where you get at least get one win in the playoffs. So by bringing in another coach, is that going to change that? I don't think it will, because the roster construction is bad. The roster construction is going to be bad unless a major trade takes place, because they have no money to even fix the roster problems that they have currently. They are way over the salary cap. They are currently a second apron team. It looks like they'll probably be a second apron team again, especially by going out and making the same decisions that really put them in the situation. And what I mean by that is getting Grayson Allen. That's going to put them back in that spot. Grayson Allen, when it comes to the tax, he's going to cost them almost like $60 million next season when it comes to the penalty and the tax dollars that they have to pay. So they're in a very, very tough spot when it comes to trying to improve this roster. And changing the coach, in my opinion, is not going to all of a sudden make them championship contenders. Even though the Suns doubled, even tripled down on the roster that they currently have, it is not a roster, in my opinion, that could get the job done. So firing Frank Vogel just now, to me, makes the job seems like another destination that you do not want to go, because similar to the Lakers spot, you know, if you take this job as the Phoenix Suns head coach, you have to make it work, and you have to make it work quickly. And by making it work, is not just making the playoffs, because they have done that. You now have to make a deep run in the playoffs, maybe even win a championship with this team. And that alone, that pressure alone, is going to make this a job that's not so desirable by a lot of coaches. I think it will be tough to find that guy. You will be able to. Of course, there will always be somebody that thinks Kevin Durant is there, Devin Booker is there, I guess Bradley Beal is there as well. I could make this work, but it's not going to be a laundry list of coaches willing to get in that situation. It's similar to that Lakers job, because now that you're going through this coaching carousel over and over again, people know that loyalty isn't really there if the job is not done, and it has to be done at a very high level. The main difference, however, between the Suns job and this Lakers job is that the Lakers have, amazingly, some more flexibility when it comes to the roster than what the Suns have. So I don't know who they bring in. I don't know who could get them over the edge. I think the Suns roster, as currently constructed, unless again there is a Devin Booker trade or a Bradley Beal trade, who I heavily doubt will have any type of value in the open market with his contract and his performance? Or is it Kevin Durant trade? I just don't think this team has enough at the end of the day. I think they are a playoff team. I think they'll get to the playoffs regardless of the head coach. I just don't think they will be able to make noise in the playoffs because of the lack of a complete roster that they have. Because at the end of the day, this is still a team sport for a reason, especially now with how the rosters and how the rules are set up with the apron rules. You can't just have 2 or 3 guys carrying everybody. It's not going to work for that long. And I think the Suns are going to be one of the first teams with the new rules that's going to figure it out. So you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. Was this the right move for Phoenix? Was it the wrong move? Let me know who you guys think should be the next head coach. As usual, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.